Hey, welcome to my new video. I spent the whole weekend behind my typewriter. I moved my desk by the window so I don't look at a wall all the time. It wasn't as distracting as I thought it would be since I can look at a wall for hours with no problem, so it made no difference in what I look at. I don't think it was necessarily the view that made me writing, it was more about the change of environment, even if it means to move my desk a few steps from where it was. Both days in the weekend were slow and quiet, fragile in its essence. I wasn't thinking about writing at all, my hands moved by themselves. It was a good feeling to type, and even though I can imagine some better days, it's important I kept writing because those better days will come, and by that time I will have a pile of papers on my desk. Hey, so I wrote today and I wrote yesterday, also the last time. So now I have 3 pages full of text to my new novel. Here is number 3, so you believe me. What happened and why I wrote, I have no idea. I just felt bored and I also felt quite sad these days. And I thought I would like to kill some time, and writing was the best idea I had. I'm really glad it happened because now it seems that I overcame my writer's block. I'm not really sure if I want to talk about the story because I yet don't know how to talk about it, but at least I can tell you about this. Yesterday I introduced a new character, a best friend to the main character. And this best friend is also a storyteller. That means that you will read the story through the eyes of this character. You basically read about somebody's best friend. I really like it because I think it makes things more interesting. It also makes things for me more easier because I don't really like to write in the third person, in the past tense, the official way how to write novels, because it makes things sounds more official, more noble, more important, and I don't really like it. You feel like you need to tell something important or something big this way, but if you tell your story through the eyes of some observer, then it makes things easier, more casual, more like everyday stuff, and I really like that. So that's all I wanted to say right now, and I will tell you more about the story in the upcoming videos. I spent my Christmas in bed in high fevers, and it was terrible. And I was not much in the mood for celebrating the new year, but what the heck. My friend Peter convinced me to go with him and other friends to cottage. I'm not much into board games, but we were drinking and then it wasn't so bad. The next morning I was drinking coffee and reading Matthew McConaughey's book. Then Peter joined me for a wake and bake, and then we were playing with slingshot. We were pretty bad, and then I managed to break it. Towards the end of the year, it started snowing and it was beautiful. This year sucked big time, and I can't imagine how next year can be better, but we will see. The next day I sat in front of piano and started playing after 2.5 years of not playing any musical instrument. I liked it. Then we listened to some music with friends and then we went home. We stopped by for a hot dog and then I was driving back to reality.
Bo tam nie jest światło, to problem.
So that's it and see you next week.